Hello. Okay, my name is Lena, and I am stuck in my life and in anxiety and depression. And this is going to be like a test run of opening up about pieces of my story. Because while I talk about my symptoms a lot, I don't. Fucking therapists. I'm being encouraged to actually share my story, because without the story, it's more like just like there's no emotional connection, or it's more like an announcement. And I don't want to be stuck in this forever. And I've been stuck in it for so long, like almost half my life now. And I am not good at being vulnerable, because I feel like when I was in the beginning, I just got shit on. And I'm like, okay, do I kind of agree with my therapist, but I'm also, there's a part of me that doesn't. I'm like, no, I've been like repeatedly traumatized by people's reactions, so why would I do it again? Why am I doing it again? Because nothing else is working. And this is hard, but this is like a walk in the park and compared to telling somebody face to face. So I'm like, I need a trial run, because I don't think I can face that. I feel like everybody's really uncomfortable when I get emotional. Or maybe I'm uncomfortable with how they look. I don't know. I have to get to it, don't I? It's a long story. I'm just gonna share little mini stories within the story. So I'm just gonna randomly start with one. Sorry. Wow. I have a therapist that would call that disassociating. I was thinking, for F's sakes. God, sometimes all the labels really annoy me. Yes, I'm changing the subject here. Okay. I was in a memory. I remember. So it was a friend of mine. I was living overseas, so I was really disconnected from my friends and family. I mean, really disconnected. After a while, this Facebook didn't exist at this time, and it was expensive to call home, so the disconnection was very real. I felt like, yeah, you feel like you're in a totally different world. Anyways, I remember one time I had just leased my apartment, and this is gonna sound like such a small story, but like things like this happened all the time. But I was buying like a blender or a mixer or something off of it was newspapers. I mean, I'm not that old, but things have changed a lot in the last 20 years. And people would list things, like buy and sell, like we have Kijiji now. And I was saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this place and I'm gonna buy something off of this woman. Well, my friend, let's call him Randy. Sorry. It's gonna be really authentic. Randy offered to drive me. And he would offer, he was miserable in his life. And I'm a very independent person. I'm quite capable of getting myself across town and yada, yada, yada. It is exhausting. But I can do it. And when he would offer, yeah, I'd be like, sure. And I was really starting to struggle at this point. I was really starting to feel anxious, like, all the time. And I remember being anxious in this woman's house. And I think she was, like, from some other country. I don't know, South Africa, somewhere. I don't know. And they were living in Greece. They had small children. And I just remember thinking, God, they're probably being paid a lot. Like, her husband's, you know, she can afford to, like, not work and stay at home and live in another country. And I was just feeling like, I'm 25, I'm working for, like, $10 an hour. And I just remember feeling so, and she just looked fine. Like, she looked like she was doing fine. And my life was so incredibly hard there. I didn't have a car. You know how long it takes on the bus in a big city, huge city, Athens, and in, like, extremely hot weather, and it's just so exhausting. My life was so much work for so little money and being treated not well. And so I bought this thing, right? But I remember that feeling of being so jealous. And then I leave, and I go back to Randy's car. It was a Peugeot? Puget? God, I don't know how to say it. And he was just, like, screaming at me. And, like, you're fucking late! What are you fucking late? I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Like, what do you fucking think I am, a fucking taxi? And I was like, what? When I left him, everything was fine. Like, why are you yelling at me? There's no fucking set time that we have here. I didn't make him, I wasn't there for it. I was there for maybe 10 minutes. And then just, like, all these little these things that happened. And there was never any resolution. There was never any apology for, like, the way that he was yelling at me. There was never any explanation on, like, what the fuck happened. That I returned and he's, like, a crazy person. Like, something clearly happened in his mind. And I'll never know what it is. All I know is I left and he was fine. And I'm sure it had nothing to do with time. Okay? Because I did not take a lot of time. You know, in your normal life, in my country, you would have people to vent to and, like, ways to, like, get that out. And, like, nice people to say, hey, that's not okay. And I didn't have that. And all that shit just stayed. And then the next thing would happen. That was my trial run. That was one story. I'm gonna continue sharing my stories.